Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful crew. There they is. There they is, there they are. Kimberly, look at that. Kimberly, that's for Kimberly Bolden, the Golden Bolden. We're gonna tell a story about how your name popped on there when you weren't even here. We're gonna tell you guys a story. Okay. Kimberly the Golden Bolden. There's two more spots available. We're gonna fill those here real quick this morning. We're going to be spinning this thing later today to give a few things away. Hey, did that rhyme? Spin later today to give things away. That's what we're going to do. Good morning. If there's a pearl in the house, I know it's Deborah. Good morning. Kimberly, somebody told me it was your birthday yesterday. Pop Croons was like severely didn't get a chance to perambulate. Good morning, the prettiest Jolie that's ever been in the tea crew. There she is. Okay, we're gonna start with this. I need to fill up these two right here. I need to fill up these two, and I need to explain how Kim got on here. How boop, overnight, Kim just appeared. Okay? Kim's not a day over 29. I can tell you that right now. I know Kim. First of all, let's talk about Kim. Yeah. We waited till you got here before we decided to talk about you, Kim. Otherwise, it would be gossip. Not true. Yesterday evening, late, I was working my tail off yesterday. Tail. I don't have one anymore. Right now, my tail's gone. Boop, it's not here anymore. I left it over at the grow house. 150 bags started. 150. Started. So we got some time. Oh, we had to also start some more jars to replace the jars that I used. Yeah. 320 jars of spawn went out the door yesterday. 320 jars. Mm-hmm. Hey, now my job, I have to replace those jars. I have to get some more spawn. I already have other spawn cycling, but now I have to start a whole nother batch. 150. And then I also did blue hot dog water. Cool, but we're going to talk about that. The reason I mention it is I'm flexing a little bit. I'm fungus flexing because you guys could do that too. Maybe not on the same scale, but did anybody do their 5 jars yesterday that they promised themselves? Huh? Did you get your 5 started for this week? Just 5 jars. That's all we needed you to get started. How are you going to be able to do some tubs later on if you don't have your jars going? Penny did 7. That's fantastic, and I'm not joking. That's like a whole pressure cooker full. Boop, done. Herbie's making a strong admission. That's why I flex it, because I know you guys can do better. It's the first of the year. We should be feeding the flock in the next month. Pootie, that's good. Uncle Ben's get them going. It's a good thing to have them, but you got to get them going. Pootie, tell me you're going to have them going by Sunday. John, no spankings here because Jesus Christ gets carried away with those. Do you think I can get a Pootie saying, I guarantee you, Pops, impeccable word, by the time I go to bed Sunday night, those UB bags will be started. It takes about 3 minutes each. I mean, it's going to take about 7 minutes to do 5 bags. I got them going already, okay? Then you don't even have to make the pledge. So yesterday, working my tail off, I left it over at the other house. I already told you guys that part. I'm telling you guys, you're being lazy. I know it. I can see it with my Hobo Kelly glasses. There's a bunch of you have projects on your shelf, or you have ideas, or you're gonna do. I'm gonna, and then I will, and then I'm gonna. Let's get going. Give me 5 people that say I gotta get going. I gotta get going. Badgie already admitted it right there. You guys don't like this subject because there's only 27 likes. But I'm over there doing this yesterday going, I bet the kids, I don't have time to play IG right now. I don't have time to do anything but mix another bag. That's all I get to do right now. I have 122. About 8 minutes later, 123. All right. 124. Get it ready. Get it going. Especially if you want to be a leader in mycology. Especially if you want to see how it really works, you got to have it growing. Good job, Mama. I've been watching your pictures. You're kicking right now. You're doing good. She doesn't have the most room in the world. She's a lot like Jolie, but they make it happen in their space. And they're all organized and pretty looking about it, too. It's kind of creepy. Creepy in a good way. But I'm like, I don't know why I got into lecture mode this morning. Greenie, I heard, was that you that wrote me, Kevin? Greenie, I won't be home. The minute I hang up here, done, I have to go to Flint. Flint, Michigan, community situation meeting. Flint wants to decrim too. Next time, give me more notice. Give me more notice. Then I'll make sure I'm around. But no, seriously, I have to head up to Flint. Think about this. We don't do the lotto. We don't do the lotto. Too much. Until it's like over $700 million. And they're like, oh, $2 ticket, let's go ahead and get one. So Brock, when he takes his walks, he'll stop by and he'll pick up a lotto ticket. He did Saturday. I wake up Sunday morning, I'm like, let me just check the lotto ticket. Headlines on the news. Winning lotto tickets sold in Michigan. I jumped out of bed. Winning lotto tickets sold in Michigan. Are you kidding? We did it. We did it. We're billionaires. Sorry, it's in Flint, Michigan, 35 miles away. We're that close. I'm like, only 1 million tickets were sold between here and there. We thought for a minute there, we thought I was going to really be able to give eggs. I thought I was really going to be able to give Brock that key for real. Oh, he can't live that one down. So, it was late yesterday night. I get home from the grow house. I'm a little tuckered out. I've left my tail over there. So, your butt's a little sore when you lose a tail. Okay? I open up my email, and there's one in there called Pinch Hitter. Pinch Hitter. And I want to tell you that this is a very unique email. And it's interlaced with respect for you guys here, respect for a process. It's interlaced with respect/kindness. It's not a very long email. I'll just go ahead and read it. Pops, I'll be heading into work early tomorrow. And I'll only be able to catch the first few minutes of the show. If that takes me out of the running, he's on the wheel. He's got a spot on the wheel, and we have a deal here. You have to be here to win. And we're doing that so everybody here has a chance to win. You don't want 8 people to not be here and they all get something. And I have to just mail off 8 rando packages. So we stopped with, hey, you have to be here to win. And we all kind of agreed that's a fair deal. That's pretty reasonable. He says, I'll only be able to catch the first few minutes of the show. If that takes me out of the running, could I ask that Kim's name be put in my place? She sure seems like a sweet lady. Well, I wrote him back. And I said, so you're bailing out on me. So you're quitting early. Well, just because of that, you can never play again. You're suspended for life. Have a nice night, pal. Pops. Who believes me? Who thinks that's the letter I sent? Who sent it to Penny? Come on, you know, Pops. I was tired. My tail was sore. I'd had enough for the day. I don't need people quitting. I was a little overwrought. I was 150 bags in. Am I right, Dad? You couldn't blame me. It wouldn't have even been my fault. Wait. I would have claimed the right. 150 bags? Come on, man. You'd have been a little frustrated too. You're just trying to help people win stuff. This is very kind of you, Juan Tiller. You guys are all going, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Juan. It's our friend Juan Tiller. This is very kind of you, Juan Tiller. I'm going to go ahead and leave you on the spin wheel today. I will also add Kim because you asked. Check back later to see how you did. Have a great day. We're breaking the rule. We're breaking the rule. That's it. We're leaving Juan Tiller on there, and we put Kim on because he asked. And I just think, if you're kind enough to say, hey, I can't follow the rules completely, I'm willing to give up my spot, I'm going to pick somebody that I think is nice. Is that what we're supposed to be learning here, Higgs? Come on, that's it. Breaking the law, breaking the law. The law is made to... The law is made for man. Man is not made for the law. We can make new agreements anytime we want, okay? I thought that was really cool of Juan. Not that y'all have to do that all the time or anything like that. I just looked at that and go, you know what? That's somebody that respected the process and respected you guys. At the end of the day, who got the most respect? You guys. So if you guys, Juan's working, but if he wins, he gets to win today. That was wonderful, right, CCS? That was stupid. No, that was funny. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I need to get two more people's names. I need to get CCS, that was pretty funny. I need to get two more names on the list. Let's do that real quick. I'm going to do true or false. I'm going to get 3 spinners. If you've already spun once this week, even if you didn't qualify for that win, for the big win, I'm not going to put you on the little spin. Okay, just so you know. Here goes my 3 statements. You're going to tell me if they're true or false. I do these, the true or false. One of the reasons I do these, Sharon, have a safe trip. One of the reasons that I do these, because we learn. Just random true or false, you learn something. If you put your brain cap on. Number 1, the surface of the sun is hotter than the Earth's core. Is that true or false? The surface of the sun is hotter than the Earth's core. Next one. Lightning can be hotter than the sun. Lightning can be hotter than the sun. True or false? And then thirdly, the moon has strong winds. The moon has strong winds. True or false? Guys, don't answer them one at a time. Answer all 3 at the same time, just like Evan just did. Okay? I'm looking to see. Okay, we got 3. We got 3. Wait a minute. I'm looking back on my screen. It helps if you only answer once, obviously. Okay, I'm still, let's see, what was the other ones? There it was. Now, here's the 3 answers, and I'm going to tell you the 4 people that got it correct. One of them is already on the wheel. So we're going to have 3 other people get a spin shot. The first one, the surface of the sun is hotter than the Earth's core. False. False. The temperature of the Earth's core is approximately 7,500 Kelvin. The sun's surface temperature is less than 6,000. Earth's core is hotter than the sun. Number 2, lightning can be hotter than the sun. True. NASA estimates that lightning on Earth can be 4 to 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun. What? I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought the sun was stronger. Nope. Lightning, 4 to 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Thirdly, the moon has strong winds. Nope. False. There is no wind on the moon. None. So the answers were false, true, false. Kimberly Bolden was the first one to get all of them correct. Kim, you're already on the board. So even without Juan Tiller, you would have gotten up there. Mr. Marmars, you were the next one that got them all correct. Mr. Marmars, you're going to be number 1. You're number 1. Waz, you were the next person. The Waz. Wazzy, you're going to be number 2. And then Shy Introvert. He was the 3rd person on my screen that I saw have it. Shy, you're going to be number 3. Okay? Here we go, Smarty Pants Spinners. Number one, Mr. Marmars. Mr. Marmars. Off to the board we go with a Mr. Marmars. Okay, here we go. Mr. M. I'm just going to say, let's go. Mr. M. Okay? We'll get back to that. We're going to fill that spot together. And then we'll have a spin-off 3 times. We're going to spin that thing 3 times today for fun. Okay? For fun and prizes. Let's talk about spores some more. Give me 5 people that want me to talk about spores just a little bit. We're still in Spores 101. I'm going to love this as we're basically going to teach each other beginner mycology over the course of the next few months here. And if we spend 15 to 20 minutes a day teaching each other beginner mycology 101, we're going to be pretty sharp at the end of 6 months. You know how we're going to get there? Hey, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So how are we going to learn? How are we going to learn mycology 101? 1 little subject at a time. Spore liberation. Spore liberation. We begin where everything begins. With a spore. Which came first? How about this? Which came first? Came first? Eggheads? Chicken egg? Which came first? The mushroom or the spore? Ace has the answer correct, I think. The answer is the chicken. Yep. The answer is the nerd thinks it was the egg. Okay. But think about that a little bit. Brenda, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Hey, real quick. Is EMT here today? EMT, are you here? If EMT's here, can we please put that up? Is EMT here? Help me. Mayday, EMT, mayday, EMT, mayday. Jesus Christ. Well, that's because you're omniscient. You haven't seen him CCS? Okay. Well, I feel bad, in a way. File 13 is trying very hard to make sure that calling EMT, to making sure that EMT has received his Secret Santa gift. And I want to make sure that he has. So, anybody talking to EMT Greenie, let him know File 13 is on the ball. And he's trying to get something to him. He's mailed it a couple of times. So, and File 13 just wants him to make sure that it gets there and everybody knows. Not everybody knows, EMT knows. Okay? Side business. Which came first? The spore or the shroom? We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. The spore is everything that the fungus represents. It's a whole, undivided, sovereign, in a world all its own. You're welcome, File. The spore is a vessel of autonomy. It holds untold legacies of bygone ancestors. Ask free. I have so much respect for fungus, I never thought I would. Come on, man. Mushroom. Pfft. I don't even like the taste of regular mushrooms. They're one of the most unique creature, planet, animal, who knows what, that's ever existed. The mystical qualities of them blow my mind. At the health level, the physical health level, forget that. Look at the mental health level. Who thought of 66? I'll be 66 on my birth week. Who thought a 66-year-old man would be dropping 150 bags in a day? Want to, let alone actually do it. Be motivated to. What motivated me? Money? Oh, I can't wait to get $1,000 billion. Is that what I was thinking as I was making the bags? Just the fungus itself was motivating me. I can't wait to see this grow. I can't wait. This is so cool. This is the neatest thing. Each plate, every time I saw a plate, because I start my jars with plates, you have to spend about an hour and a half looking at the kaleidoscope. Plates are the neatest thing in the whole world to me. A ropey plate, and then after that, the smell of spawn. Mizu, I could still stare at mycelium for most of the day. Fungus represent, for me, like complete healing. Complete healing. Head to toe health. We're going to discuss that a little bit in here. Fungus actually balance out our bodies. They give us a balance. They fill in some of our chemical low spots, balance us out. Fungus fills in the spots, knows where to go in our body, in our blood and brains and in our organs. Different fungus go and fill different spots into different, but fungus, that is just mind-boggling. What came first? The spore or the mushroom? I don't know. Unlike cells found in the mycelium and fruiting bodies, I'm reading a really neat section out of radical mycology. This is a very neat section. I've actually read it numerous times, have it highlighted, have some notes to it. This is a super neat section. In radical mycology. Sometimes the guy gets, the author gets really metaphysical in his thinking. And sometimes I look at it and go, yeah, that was good tech for the 80s. We're going to be on page 11, nerdy. Page 11. It's called The Finer Points of the Fungi. Wow. I'm going to just read this. This is a prose. This is written as prose, which is a type of poetry, but it doesn't have to rhyme. Follow along with me on this, would you guys? Please? This is very neat. The spore is everything that the fungus represents. Whole, undivided, sovereign. It is a world unto itself, a vessel of autonomy, that though seemingly just the same as countless others, it holds within itself the untold legacies of bygone ancestors and of all the fungal webs to come. The spore is the beginning and the end of fungal evolution. It is the rest between heartbeats in the network, the silence between notes that fruiting bodies sing, and the moment right before the soil inhales. Resilient, inspired, and ancient, spores are the still point from which storms arise to spawn whole communities and whole ecologies. She who counts the spores of the world is the one who measures the world itself. Fungi as spores, spore as fungus, fungi as life, one and the same, perfect and complete. That's neat. Wait for this. I'm gonna read a little bit more here. I like it too. I get everything was said there, and that's the kind of stuff I worship now. Instead of some circle made up man thing with angels dropping babies on their head and stuff. I'm not into that angel dropping baby stuff anymore. I'd rather be into shrooms dropping spores. We're going to learn a couple of things really unique about a spore. They're so involved and so part of our actual environment. The air we breathe, the amount that we breathe in, we're breathing in spores as we speak, as we breathe. Spores seed our clouds and create rain. Did you know that? Be honest, did you know that? Spores start the precipitation cycle. Yep. We're going to read about that here real quick. I mean, you could have a spore church. Let's just worship spores. If we have to worship something, because humans always have to find something to worship. Get out of here with worship. Just appreciate it. Listen. Unlike cells found in the mycelium and fruiting bodies of mushrooms, the spore is unique in its dedicated purpose to travel and evolve. But being limited in mobility, the spore is at the mercy of the forces around us. Thus, some spores move through the world with the help of other organisms. Truffles and others largely rely on small insects and animals to eat and redeposit their spores in future environs. They're eating something that has spores on it, in it. They're eating their mushrooms, they go off, they take a poop somewhere, poop. Next thing you know, possibly new. Thank you, little animals, for spreading me around. Nature. They're intertwined ecologies that bridge fungus with animals and plants. The fungus are the bridge. They're also the mycorrhizal network. Other spores may grow in acutely defined structures that rely on, wait for this. Here I am, a spore. I'm a certain kind of spore, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I wish somebody would come along and pick me up and plant me somewhere so I could turn into a mushroom. It takes a specific raindrop at a specific speed, a specific angle to hit that spore, to bounce the spore somewhere. The spore, and it's going to land right underneath that one leaf and a log, and it's perfect, misty. Perfect. I landed perfectly. Thank you, one raindrop. That's how those spores get dispersed. Raindrops. Splashing them around. If you don't think that's the coolest thing, I'm like, we need to take a gram to even be talking about this stuff. That is so cool. They have acutely defined structures that rely on the precise splash of a raindrop to carry them away. Some are ejected forcibly. There it goes. You're out of here. You're a rocket ship. Who wants to be a rocket ship spore? I'd rather be a rocket ship spore than waiting for a raindrop to hit me and right in my butt perfectly. Perfect angle. I'd rather be a rocket ship spore. Send me to the moon, Ruth. Some are ejected forcibly. The sponges of the dung inhabiting Pilobolus species have the greatest self-dispersal range. What does that mean? They're the anti-ballistic missiles. They can go across the whole, they shoot themselves around the world. These single cells are launched from their substrate with the force of, wait for it, over. Anybody seen Top Gun? Maverick? Oh, he's so cool. He can fend more G-forces than any guy and still control that plane. G-force back. What's he at? A few G-force? 4, 5, 6? What's he at? What's Top Gun flying around G-forcing at? Eyeballs popping out. What's he flying at? Some of you guys know. You know what these single cell spores fly at? You know what they fly at? Straighty. Let's get on our motorcycles and catch one. 20,000 G's. What? 20,000 G's. I'm a super spore. What? I'll see you in Russia in about a minute. After going 20,000 G's, launched, flying through the air. They land about 2 meters away. 6 feet, 6.5 feet. That's it. They're not going to Russia. It takes them a good 20,000 G's to get just landed. Kim just told you why. Go back and read what Kim said. Kim just told us why. Because they actually have a low momentum. Their weight. And then don't forget, when they're traveling through the air, there's friction. There's gravity. It's going to pull them back down. 20,000 G's. Most fungi rely on the wind to carry their spores. In the middle of a forest where winds are low, spores often travel less than 3 feet from their parent mushroom. I don't want to leave home, man. Mom, mushroom, I don't want to go. That's okay, honey. You stay within 3 feet, and everyone, the fungus family will be just fine. How do you like that? Don't worry. We stay pretty close. Makes sense. Why do you think you find mushrooms in clusters and groups? The whole family, you find one, you find them all. In the middle of a forest, but where winds are particularly strong and turbulent, such as on the edge of a forest, spores are free to roam. Go have fun in the world, young spore. Go west, young spore, go west. They're the fun guys, Herbie. Here, some spores may be lifted into the upper layers of the atmosphere and carried on ocean currents across oceans, just like the coffee rust fungus. That's how it probably moved from Africa to South America. A spore that was indigenous to Africa flew on all the air currents across. Ooh, there we go. I'm air flying myself to South America and doing a replant. I think somebody said, do they reconnect? Maybe. They might start their whole own mycelium network. Their mycelium network might connect with another one that they were related to once before. That's all mycelium's business. And we're going to discuss that this in 101. How about this? As spores fill the sky, the same attractants that created water drops may draw water to condense on atmospheric spores, making them important seeds in the formation of rain clouds around the world. Rain falls, mushrooms form, spores ascend, rain falls. Nature is not linear at all, my friends. Nature is very cyclical. Amazing cycles. Man comes in and tries to straighten it out and turn it into a straight line. Linear brains that we have. Some species spread an incredible number of spores. A single artist conch may release up to 30 trillion spores a day. Or 5 trillion spores over the course of about a 6-month growing cycle. One. There's a lot of excess spores flying around. They ascend, they do other things. They fertilize. A single 2-foot wide giant puffball may contain as many as 7 trillion spores. Within just a few days of germinating, a 2.5 centimeter wide mycelial network can produce over 400 million condiospores. Wait. Wait. The annual weight of basidiospores released around the world can equal 17 megatons. Around the world, we're shooting 17 megatons worth of weight. Weight, and how much do you think one spore weighs by itself? That weighs as much as 100,000 blue whales. 100,000 blue whales per year. Spores flying around in our atmosphere and environment. That is unbelievable. Spores fill our lungs with every breath. With around 500 spores contained in each cubic meter of air in the summer month. Summer month, temperature mid-70s. 1 cubic foot of air has around 500 spores in it. Every time Jesus Christ takes a bong load, says it right here. Every time Jesus Christ takes a bong load in Australia, he is inhaling 750 spores per bong load. Every time Brock takes a dab, he is inhaling 1,000 spores. These are just the facts. It's just I'm reading them. To germinate and survive, spores must land in a supportive environment. Spores would be welcome at the tea crew, would they not? I'm welcoming any spore that'd like to come along. They need a supportive environment to survive. They need just the right amount of water, right amount of airflow, right amount of substrate for them to get themselves on. And then they need the kindness of nature. Most spores don't germinate. You know what the spores become? Food source for slugs and snails and amoebas. All those spores that didn't make it into the upper atmosphere to become rain seedlings, they're on the ground becoming insect food. Spores that evade such predators but land in imperfect conditions may simply lie dormant for years and years and years. This is a fact that underlies theories of fungal origins in our universe. We don't know how long some of these spores have been around. We still haven't figured out how they evolve. We don't know which came first, the mushroom or the spore. We'll continue to discuss. We have a little more to discuss about spores next week, and then we'll get into our next stuff on Mycology 101. Give me 5 people that were interested in today's sporology, Spore 101. Some really interesting stuff there. Spore 101. What do you guys think? We're gonna keep studying together. I love learning with you guys. It's phenomenal stuff. Put some of that stuff into our little brain banks and go share it with other people. We find out that if we share what we learned, it cements it. It's called discovery learning. Give me a number between 1 and 50. I need one more person on the board. 1 and 50. Give me one number between 1 and 50 so I can get one more person on the board. 30. Give me one more person so I can get one more person. I need to get them on the board. What's the number that I have in the chute right now so I can get one more person on the... Please only answer 3 numbers, 1 line, 1 time. Okay, we're not looking for the fastest thumb. We're looking for the person that has the correct number. Okay? So let's get going here. I've got the number in the chute. I'm trying to get one more person's name on the board, the big board, for the big spins. I still haven't seen the number yet. Okay? I still haven't seen it. So go ahead and answer a second time. Go ahead and answer a second time. If you've only answered one time, 1 3-letter line or 3-liner, give it another line. Take 3 more letters, 3 more guesses on 1 line. Okay? Put your second submission in. I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it. I'm going to give you guys a clue. I'm going to give you a clue. It's O.J. Simpson's football number. Okay? O.J. Simpson wore this number when he played football. Okay? That was just a clue for you. A few other guys did too. Okay? Who's paying attention to O.J. Simpson? All right? Who thinks they know? Saska Mojo. Saska, are you already on the board? It's Saska. The answer is 32. 32. Okay. Who's O.J. Simpson? Okay? The answer is 32. Then Saska Mojo got that correct. So Saska, I'm putting your name on the board. Boop. Here we go. All right. Let's do our first spin. Let's do our first spin. You guys ready? First spin. Here we go. I feel like Wheel of Fortune. You guys can call me Pat Sajak. Mr. Marmars. Mr. Marmars. Mr. Marmars has won a prize, Mr. Marmars. This is what I'm going to be sending you, Marmars. This fella right here. This fella right... Marmars, I'm taking that back. I'm going to sell you... Guess what I'm going to really send you? Guess what I'm going to really send you? Marmars, let's just make it 2 of them. Let's just make it 2 of them. Let's figure this out together. All right? Yeah. Definitely need to send 2. Thrashers. 2 of them going out to Marmars. Told you guys, wait till the end of the week and we're going to give away some big stuff. That's the little stuff. Wait for the big stuff. That's the little stuff. Marmars, get me an address at the DetroitMushLab.net. The DetroitMushLab.net. Okay? Okay. Let's do a little reading out of our book. We're going to do 2 more giveaways right before we hit the road here today. Marmars, congratulations, my good friend. We're going to get that out to you when you get us your address. Oh. I'll take a moment. What a week. First it was tea, now it's grape juice. What the heck's going on? Be right back. Wow. What a wreck. Sorry about that, you guys. Give me just a moment. Oh, wow. Almost, hold on. Sorry about that. So I thought the cap was on tighter, and I went to shake it. Cap wasn't on. It was just sitting there. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. The good news is we didn't spill any on any of the shrooms. Okay? None of the shrooms. And we'll have to check later. Brand new outfit, and it's got brand new jacket, and it's already got grape juice stains on it. Oh, jeez. What a bummer. Ironing it this morning. We were talking about agreements. Let's talk about agreements. We're on page 21 in the 4 agreement book. Okay? We're on page 21. And we have been talking about there's the world's dream program, Ingram, whatever you want to call it. He uses the word dream. Peroxide, is that right? I use peroxide on this. Mike, you can't take me anywhere. What a mess. Earlier this week, tea on myself. Today, grapefruit. What's going on? I haven't done that once in 3 years, Daniel Cunningham. What's going on? All right. We're going to pretend it didn't happen, and we're going to move on. Cold water and vinegar. What do, Niffy? Just soak it? Do I soak it in cold water and vinegar and then put it in? Huh? Oh, Cobalt, I could use one of those. Jesus Christ, I'm not old in my soul, okay? I'm just looking for helpful Heloise here to tell me what to do. Streety Woolite. We're aging ourselves with that. Here, let me just read this so we can get this taken care of. Nothing happened. Woohoo! Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Nothing happened. So we've got these agreements. Most of them don't work. The world's agreements suck. That's my official agreement. I agree that the world's agreements suck. I don't want the world's agreements anymore. I don't. I don't want to be the people the world wants me to, that person. And it's weird to say that out loud because you spent so much of your life really being that person. New agreements. There's some of some of the stuff that we've agreed to do and be that's really why? An extremely close friend of mine came to me yesterday. Pops, I gotta drop by, I gotta talk to you. Yeah, and I hate when people have to drop by and talk to me. Just text me. No, I gotta come by. All right. Getting to the neurologist, this and that. I have a brain tumor that's inoperable. Is Amanda here? We were waiting. The truck's here. The truck's here if Amanda's here. Okay, let's get the truck going. Amanda, thank you for popping in on, I think it's her break. We have the truck out here, so hold on one sec. I'm going to get the guys to pull it in. Back it in, fellas. Hey, Mac, back it in, but be careful. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, right there. Hold it. All right, extend the crane. Bring the crane in. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. Drop the chain. Let me get a hold of my end of that chain. Hold on. Okay. I got it. Here we go. I got it. All right, I've connected it to the other end. Okay, bring it forward. Extend it. Here we go. All right. Here it is. Boop, 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 boop. Anybody seen a coffee cup this size before? Do you know what a normal coffee cup size is? Here's normal. Okay? I can't lift it without the help of the crane. Amanda's saying it's a teacup. Here's the funniest part. I'm working out. Thank God I've been doing my curls lately. This thing, look at its donuts, first of all. That's really cute. But here's Amanda. She's all over me. Don't forget that this came to Pops from Tennessee. This came from the state of Tennessee. Now, in Tennessee, they speak just a little bit different than the rest of us on up here. Down there in Tennessee, why, if you would think a donut has a sprinkle, you don't say a sprinkle, you call it a sprinkle. You call what goes on a donut is a sprinkle. Says inside, in a world full of glazed, be the sprinkles. In a world full of glazed, be the sprinkle. She writes me a note. Pops, when you read this, make sure you pronounce it sprinkles. Well, I reckon I did. Well, I reckon I might have. Give me a holler down in the holler. If you've been in Tennessee, you've never seen, they have hollers. They're like they're like in the mountains. You're like, is that what a holler looks like? Yep, that's a holler. Bears go squirreling around there. I got me a sprinkle cup. Amanda, thank you. Thank you, my dear. I'm not making fun of anybody. I love accents. I'm not even pretending I can do them. Brock does different accents pretty well. Okay, Amanda, thank you, Sprinklehead. Okay. Oh, that was really cute. She got me a sprinkle cup. Makes you. I make fun of Carlotta's accent down there. Pert near. I got a pert near correct. Thank you. That made my day. Now I'm gonna go spill some more juice on myself. Let's do final thing. Let's go. I'm gonna spend another 5 minutes because we still have 2 spins. All right. Thank you for coming back here and spending your time with us on your break, Amanda. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, Amanda is Sandy's sister, Sandman's sister. And I met her for the first time at the last Mush Fest, and just a doll. She decided, up until then, she was, I think my brother's involved with like a group of weirdos. Like, I'm not sure. Like, he's sort of different. He's not the same. Like, he's nicer this year than he was last year. After spending a weekend with us, she was like, maybe you guys aren't as weird as I thought you were. I'm going to come back. Maybe I could be nicer too. Having agreements. Having one bad agreement isn't the problem. But we have many agreements to make us suffer. Can you imagine if all you had was one, Hags? Come on in, the weirdo water is fine. Can you imagine? It would be a pretty fulfilled life if all you had was one agreement that was off course. Yes, she was, Daniel. The problem is we have a lot of them. A lot of agreements that make us suffer. When we suffer, are we winning at life or failing at life? Like if we're talking linear. Suffering is not winning. I'm not going to say it's failing either, but I am going to say for a fact it's not winning. I don't believe for one moment that my soul spark, was put on this earth for the purpose of suffering. I do know that I will, especially if I follow social agreements. I'll suffer, but that is not why I was put here. If you want to live a life full of joy and fulfillment, you have to have courage to break those old agreements. They're fear-based, and they claim your power. You know how powerful you are when you don't have fear? The most powerful soldiers in the world are the guys that I'm not afraid to die. That's powerful. Yeah, I'm a little afraid. I think I'm going to hide over here and just be a sniper. You're not going to attack very well. You want to be a warrior in your life? You can't have a lot of fear. What you do is you find those agreements that come from fear and you get rid of them. When you have less fear to face, by definition, you're going to be more courageous. So Tad just said, I'm not afraid to die. Well, I said that when I joined the Marines. Every single veteran, I saw Ron DeSantis last night say this, and it's true. Every veteran has signed a blank check saying, I belong to the government and you can send me anywhere, anytime, all the way up to I die for my country. I'm signed up. You guys are now in charge. You're going to send me wherever you're going to send me. I have to do whatever you tell me, all the way up to and including dying. That's a strong commitment. My friend comes over here yesterday. Pops, I'm dying. I have a brain tumor. It's inoperable. Are you sure? I want it to not be true. And I don't want you to tell anybody about it. I don't want you to tell, we know certain people in common. And I'm sworn to secrecy. I'm not allowed to tell anybody that we know in common. Because I don't want them to treat me different. I don't want people to feel sorry for me because I now have this condition. And then get treated different. I want them to, well, that's courage. Then I made a mistake. I made a mistake. You know what I said? I said, well, that's exactly how I would act if I had an inoperable brain tumor. I would feel the same exact way. And he looked at me. And he goes, how do you know? You can't possibly know how you would act or what you'll do until you're faced with it, until you come out of a doctor's office. And you spend the next 3 days before you tell the first soul, which is you. You don't know how you're going to reply. You don't know what you're going to do. Now I'm groveling for forgiveness. God, you're right, man. I'm sorry. That was out of line. You're right. I am clueless. I don't know how I would reply. I don't know if I would face death with courage. I know I want to. I know I think I will. But that's courage. And we'll see. The rest of what actually happens will show courage or not courage. But what he has done, and he's given us a lot of credit for it, me, his pops taught me, I'm not going to agree to this out of fear. I'm not going to be fear-based in my reactions to any of what's happening. We started crying together. It's a true story, just yesterday. He's made an agreement with himself that he's not going to reply in fear. I'll put that out there, Badgie. The agreements that come from fear require us to expend a lot of energy. You need a very strong will in order to adopt different agreements. But if you can begin to live your life with new agreements, your life will be amazing. You'll see less drama. Last thing we want to do is experience drama in this. Instead of living in a dream of hell, you'll be creating a new dream. Our commitment after our Cry Fest yesterday was, let's make sure that we operate out of kindness in everything that we do, me and my friend and I. And let's make sure I don't treat him different. That's his personal dream. So, next week, next Tuesday, we'll get started with being impeccable. Chapter 2, the first agreement. We're going to teach each other how to be impeccable. And then we're going to hold each other accountable to being impeccable. But have kind and good thoughts. Okay? Have kind and good thoughts. And There's all kinds of therapies being sought for the situation, and we'll do the best we can. The truth is, you don't know what you're going to do when you're in that situation until you're in that situation. Be prepared to make new agreements with yourself. Okay? Give me 5 people that are prepared to make new agreements with themselves. Let's get rid of a couple of those that are based in fear and put a couple based in courage and in love in place. 5 people, and then we could go to our final spins here. Yeah. That's good. We already got 5. It's perfect. Let's see if I can drink this without spilling it on myself. Penny, help me out here. We did okay that time. Let's do a spin. You ready? Saska Mojo. Saska Mojo. Congratulations to Saska. Now we've already had, who did we have win earlier? Excuse me, Mr. Marmars. So we got to get him out of there. And we've got Saska right next to him. We got to get him out of there. Saska, real quick. Mr. Saska, I have 2 things available for the final win here. I'm going to let you decide. Saska, would you like fruit? A piece of fruit? Or would you like a box of colonized spawn ready to go? A box of colonized spawn ready to go. Which would you prefer? I don't know where you're at on your grows. How about a box of colonized spawn that looks just like this? Colonized completely, ready to ship. So I'm going to either send you this bag of spawn, or I could send you a piece of fruit I have over here. I'm not going to show you the fruit until you decide. Which one do you want? He wants the fruit. He wants the fruit. Okay. Fruiterton. Here we go. 1 second. This is the fruit you're going to get. You're not going to believe it. Here we go. Where is it? Boop, right here. Just missed hitting it with the, well, I take that back. Got a teeny bit of grape juice right there on the corner of it. A little bit of grape juice. A little bit of the accident. The majority of it came out pretty good. The majority of it came out pretty good. Thanks, Sid. I thought it was too. I can't believe they didn't work. Nobody wanted them. You're looking at a 1/4 ounce in one piece of fruit. A 1/4 ounce in one piece of fruit. So, Saska, you get me your address, and I'll get you this grain, this stained. You'll know where that came from, pal. The stained mushroom cap. Okay, I'm sorry about that stain. And then let's do our final spin. Final spin is for the bag of spawn. Here we go. Keep spinning, pal. Wow. This thing wanted Saska Mojo to win again. Cobalt! Cobalt it is. Cobalt it is. Cobalt, I'm going to send you. I'm going to give you a choice. You may not be at a place where Cobalt, I can either send you this 1 pound box of Spawn ready to go, or I'll send you an eighth of ODPE. Excuse me, a quarter ounce, 7 grams of ODPE. You decide. You don't have to decide now. I'm thrilled to have the Spawn. Good enough. So you send me your address, I'll send you this Spawn. If you change your mind when you send me your address, tell me I've changed my mind, and I'll send you 7 grams of ODPE instead. Okay? So those are our 3 wins for this week. The 3 big spins. We're going to do that again next week. I hope everybody's okay with that. And next week, I think, like, you know what I'm going to do? Next week, the people that were on spinning this week won't be on next week. We'll get a new group. If you had a chance to win this week, we're going to move you to the side, and we're going to put a new group in next week. Okay? So I apologize to people for that. But again, we're trying to get as many people into the spin wins chances as anything else. So next week, these people, we'll put them on the sidelines. They all had, a shot, and then we'll put in another group. Okay? You guys go have a wonderful weekend. I hope we're doing well here. I hope we're keeping the things together. I hope at home you're starting your own stuff, that you're using, some of this fungi flex that we do here as a motivation for yourselves. But more than anything, change those crappy agreements that you have. The ones that are based in fear. The ones that are based in a lack of courage. The ones that are based because you were told and you just don't care to change it because you're a lazy son of a sieve. You don't need to be. Next week, we're going to start teaching new agreements. 4 of them. So easy, so basic. We'll follow those 4 and watch our lives change. Have a great weekend, you guys. Thank you for being here. All of you, Tony and R&R and Kimberly and City and Catzilla and Nerdy and Greeny and Ghastly and File 13, you two, and Anthony and Cleany and Herbie, Wonka Nerby, and Crystal and Streety, my guy, and Badgie, you stay warm, it's freezing. Pilar and Grady and Pennypack and Slingy and Putty Smack and Evan, great, thank you, man. Jolie, love you. Mikey and Billy T and Anthony Hunt. Calico Kid. Justin OK, met Rosie and Daniel C. Michael Allen R&R. Leonard Watson, Grady Cleany. Pilar Cleany, I hope you're feeling better. Get some rest this weekend. Vegas. Laura, have a divine day. Hempstead and Nipper. There you are, Nippy. Take care of Cleany. Paige and Deborah, you're a pearl. CCS and Marmars, Michael Patterson, Yogi Shanti, Jesus Christ in Australia, love you, man. Skippy and Mark Z and Married Michael, you have a beautiful day. Nerdy and Herbs and Mikey and Jimmy, all the way to the max. Jesus Christ and Saska Mojo, and Jesus again and Cobalt and Cleany. Ace shoots Buckeyes. Captain Cannabinoid wears pants. Sometimes. Jesus Christ and File 13. Pops, peace, love. Laughter. Learning. Love. See you guys next week.